Hello again. This is the What Do You Believe in exercise, and this is one of the most important exercises in the whole sprint. For this exercise, think about why you started the business in the first place. What was your motivation? What was it you saw and thought, I can do something about that? What problem in the world are you passionate about solving? And how does turning up at work every day make you feel? Or if it doesn't make you feel anything, how would you like it to make you feel? What are your values? What is your idealistic version of the future that you are trying to get to, and how does your company contribute to that? What's your point of view? What are you going to take a stand on? This is so important today, and it's so hard for a new brand to get attention anywhere, but particularly on social media, where you'll most likely be telling your story. There's just no space for a vanilla brand. You just won't get noticed. If you do, you won't get remembered. More and more people are looking for brands who help them define their beliefs and communicate them through to the world through their purchase decisions. So a study by Havas Group showed that 77% of consumers buy from brands who share their values. So you as a brand need to decide whose side you are on and what is it you are fighting for. So some good examples of this are Patagonia. It's a very obvious one, with a strong point of view that planet over profits is the right way to run a business. Has always been very upfront and outspoken about its point of view. This famous Black Friday campaign is a great example of how brands can live their point of view through their actions, get noticed, get shared and get loved, and get a really loyal following of customers. So the point of this campaign was not to sell jackets, but to highlight the damage to the planet of people buying too much stuff that doesn't last, which typically happens on Black Friday. Without saying it directly, they were encouraging consumers to think twice before buying, and if they did buy from a brand that had the planet in mind, or in other words, buy from them. So founder Yvon Chouinard went so far as to give away his $3 billion company to a trust and a non-profit that was designed to put all the profits of the company towards saving the planet. Now the planet is our only shareholder, he said, which demonstrates an important point. When developing your point of view, you need to back it up with actions, and that's a very big proof point in Patagonia's case. But if you're going to be making a stand about something, then you need to actually live it. So you can be making a stand about something that, in your opinion, everyone does wrong in your industry. It doesn't have to be for a social or environmental good like Patagonia, although obviously whatever you can do as a brand to contribute to that is great, and everybody should be trying to do that, but it doesn't have to be the heart of your brand, and it's not right actually for it to be the heart of every brand if it's not genuine. So think of how Uber disrupted the taxi industry with their point of view that everybody should be able to be a taxi driver, and it should be easy to hail a cab on the corner without standing there waving your hands, and they should be able to do it safely and simply. Brewdog is another good example. Love them or hate them, they definitely have a point of view and they definitely get noticed, but in their case they do it through more through language and communications as well as their actions. So the two Scottish founders built their craft beer brand around the idea that beer shouldn't be boring. That was their big idea. So it took on a punk ideology and communication style, and they really lived it, and that really resonated with their audience. So their culture is rebellious, loud and raw, and it sets them apart from their relatively kind of same competitors.
How fast did Brewdog grow?
We have grown on average 87% a year.
Fucking hell.
Everyone told us, make your beer cheaper, change your name, change your packaging, and we didn't listen to any of that. How can we get our name out there with no money at all? So we had to do things that were intentionally provocative, and sometimes we can cross that edge as well. The best entrepreneurs have got to find a way to do things differently to how other people are doing things.
There can be softer examples too. For example, Clever Girl Finance believes that every woman should have access to easy to understand finance information. Or Stripe is another example. Their belief in the beginning was that online payments should just be much simpler. That's it. It should be easy, straightforward. And Duolingo believes that learning a language should be fun. And since its launch, it's become the most downloaded education app. So that simple differentiation really hit home with their customer base and worked. So you don't have to emulate any of these companies. You can sit anywhere on a radical scale, but whatever your point of view is, it must set you apart. It must be true and relevant to you and your audience. The worst thing that you can do for your brand is have it blend in. You need to stand out and be proud of your beliefs and what you're doing and shout about them. When you've exhausted your ideas, move on to the who is our enemy exercise. So this is your chance to write down all those brands and people in the public eye, if that's relevant to you, who are on the opposing side to you. What's the opposite point of view, and who are those people who are on that side? So for Palmer&Co or Whole Foods, it might be McDonald's. For a bespoke dressmaker, it might be a fast fashion brand. So understanding where you don't want to be is sometimes very helpful in helping you figure out who you are and what ground you do want to hold. So let's get stuck in.